Lee, I really like this picture of you at the circus, but it's no joking matter what's going on. I think people who voted for Donald Trump are extremely pissed off. Rightly so, I might add. How are you tonight?
I'm very good, Jason. How are you?
I'm doing well. What's on your mind?
Well, let's get it all preliminaries out of the way. First off, and most importantly, I talked to my brother about 15 minutes ago. And he says hi.
Good to hear from Kenny. Hope he's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing well. Second, do your thing about my voice.
Oh, yes, of course. We got to remind people who maybe haven't seen you before or recently that you are a stroke survivor. And don't send me stupid comments about, oh, is the guest drinking? No, he's a stroke survivor and he's doing his best. And we are always interested in hearing your commentary, Lee, and people who love you listen through the struggle.
Right. And so I appreciate that. And so that's the second thing. And third thing, was I right or not about the war a couple weeks ago? Last
The
stream we
war?
did, the last stream we did, I said Trump's going to attack by this weekend. Remember that 2 weeks
Attack,
ago?
you said he's going to attack Biden?
No, I said Trump will attack uh, Iran.
Iran.
Remember that?
Yeah,
Remember
but
that?
is he doing that again? He said he's going to arm Ukraine. That
no.
was...
No. I'm saying last time we did a show, he had not struck Iran yet. But I
Ah, okay.
predicted
Right. Well,
that,
yes,
that
you did.
right. And so I'm pointing that out only because I like to be right. You know, so I'm going to talk about some things how to be right in this whole thing. So let's see a lot of people very wrong. Like I see a lot of people attacking Ken Bondi. Now,
Oh no, we've got that internet problem again. It was working so well. You've frozen.
I don't know what's going on.
There you go. You're back.
Okay.
Hang on.
Okay. I don't think they'll do that. So have I ever struck you as a Pam Bondi fan?
No,
Ben,
not at all.
but I'm not. I don't care. But I think she's being unfairly attacked right now, and it's started from Jim Bongino. So let me talk about why. First off, Bongino has one huge advantage. He's on TV. He used to be on TV about 4 or 5 hours a week, right?
He's
I
popular.
mean,
Yeah.
no, forget popular for a second. He's on TV. That's my point. Factually speaking, because you can argue whether he's popular or not popular. It doesn't make any difference. Marshall McLuhan has talked about TV's a hot medium. Have you heard that in fancy, school education? Have you heard TV's a hot medium?
Maybe not exactly those words, but I think I know what you mean.
Well, what they mean is that if someone's on TV, they're literally in your house, X number
Of hours. Right. Oh yeah, look at that. Here it is. Marshall McLuhan. Well, for some reason, Lee, we're back to this internet choking problem there. You're stopped. You're frozen. Very frustrating.
right now.
Marshall, okay, you're back now. Here it is. It says, in Marshall McLuhan's theory of hot and cool media, television is generally considered a cool medium, not a hot one, he said, despite the high visual and auditory
Right.
information it presents.
Right, I was trying to get the concept up there. But when you talk about the medium, the point is, if you're on TV a couple hours a week, you're in people's homes a couple hours a week. Do you understand? You're literally in a living room. And so, even if you're a bad guy, Tony Soprano, let's say, Paulie Walnuts, Tony Sopranos, bad guys, right? But
Yep.
if they're on TV on Sopranos, they're in your home a couple hours a week. Therefore, they're likable in some way. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Being on TV equals likable.
Right.
Now, I'll tell you who knows this. Not just professors at film school. and not just, media academics, Noam Chomsky, the CIA.
Mm.
In dealing with people, they've learned the value of creating TV figures. And I would say Bongino's one of those. Promoted by Rupert Murdoch at Fox News and the whole ecosystem. Bongino, he's likable to people because he's on TV. I'll put it like this. I mean, that's why, do you know who also was on NBC?
Oh,
Joe Rogan
that's true.
and
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson. I'm just saying, this is why the social media people, so-called social media people, that they have a huge advantage. They're on TV. And not only that, they're not on just a show, but it's commercials about the person, interstitials. You work in interstitials, right?
Well, yeah.
So what's an interstitial? Explain that to people.
When Joe Rogan is reading the ads and things like that for, these guys are doing the ads as well as the content. Is that what you mean?
And there's ads for the people too. What I'm
Right.
saying is, if Bongino's,
Mm.
you see what I'm saying? Those kind of ads.
Yeah, when they cut it and say, "Hey, coming up later, we have more Joe Rogan shows coming up," or the Dan Bongino show on Rumble, and it's an interstitial for that.
And people aren't aware of it, but this subconsciously, that's not a criticism. It's just a reality. They're subconsciously programmed to like the person. Does that make sense?
It's clear from watching it, I think. I mean, particularly they're getting more sophisticated with it, Lee, and this I think is pretty normal. Like if you watch, old news broadcasts, Walter Cronkite in the 1960s, It's different than now. And certainly if you watch podcasting now, it's different. Tucker Carlson in his house with the wood table and all the hunting stuff, and he's kind of broing out with George Santos talking about Nancy Mace's boobs, which I thought that was a low moment for Tucker Carlson. But, they're trying to, you're like in his living room with him. It's a different kind of experience, isn't it?
That's right. And so one thing I said, even if someone you might disagree with, and I disagree with, Keith Olbermann, Al Sharpton, okay? Tell you those guys. We don't like them, right?
No.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're right.
But we don't like them. We don't like your irritating brother-in-law. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Keith Olbermann becomes like the house guest who's in your house you argue with at Thanksgiving.
Right. You're right. They're more familiar through social media, right? Because look, even what we're doing now. But see, I think what happened, Lee, is what we're doing now is you're in your house, I'm in my apartment. This is just the nature of what this social media is. And I think they observed, hey, wait a minute. For the last 10 years, people are connecting with this because it feels like we're kind of hanging out and chatting with Jason and Lee as if we were over there on a Saturday night. And now they're trying to take, instead of Keith Olbermann in a big studio looking over Times Square with a suit and a whole fancy, cameras on a crane, it's like they're sitting around a table having cocktails and they're trying to make it more like this.
Right. And I don't want to say this is all like a plan. Because if our society, if every podcast had a person in a suit and tie sitting against a blank wall, if that was normal, that'd be normal. Does that make sense?
Right.
So
it's the evolution, really.
Right. It's the way.
Perhaps someday everyone will have the internet stop every 5 minutes. We got to work on that.
Has a big advantage over, let's say, Pam Bondi. How much have we seen Pam Bondi in a podcast?
Only on Fox News.
Right.
Not podcast.
Maybe a few hours, maybe. right?
I haven't seen her on a podcast at all. I just see her on Fox News.
But Bongino had people who would watch him like 10 hours a week.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Right. Well, and you get to know his personality and everything. Right. Or
And
whatever
so,
personality he presents.
do you see the Turning Point USA crowd that Megan Kelly was talking to Turning Point USA? And she said, who here likes Bongino?
Oh,
And
yeah.
who likes
Everybody clapped. Right.
Palm Bondi? Now, I'm saying this is why they picked Bongino. They're used to him. They've seen him. You see what I'm saying? I swear to God, it's
No,
not
I
that.
agree with you. It's annoying to me because it becomes this popularity contest, and it's like, look, why aren't they? Let's focus on the thing here, because Trump just came out with this big Truth Social post where he's basically, I mean, let's face it, he's talking to Charlie Kirk and Laura Loomer, and he's like, hey, stop fighting with Pam Bondi, and I didn't like that. It's wait a minute. He says, what's going on with my boys and in some cases gals? And he's saying, like, forget about Jeffrey Epstein. Nobody cares about Jeffrey Epstein. And it's kind of like, wait a minute. What the hell are you talking about? Of course we care about Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't think that this is aimed at Laura Loomer or Charlie Kirk. I think it's aimed at one person, Dan Bongino. This is who Trump was aiming at. Okay? Let me go with it. So here's what happened. On Thursday, apparently, Dan Bongino and Pam Bondi got into some sort of argument.
Right. Yeah, and he didn't show up for work the next day. It's
right. So Thursday, they had the fight. Friday, he doesn't show up for work.
Okay? Childish.
And also, the rumor says he may have quit.
Right.
So they get an argument Thursday. Friday, he doesn't show up. There's an argument. People think he might have quit. And the next thing you know, there's a story in Axios saying, look, these two fought. Now, my guess is Dan Bongino got that in Axios.
Okay.
You follow me?
Because it says scoop. Axios has all the scoops, Lee, on, nonsense. Handling the Epstein files. Dan Bongino clashes with AG Bondi over handling of the Epstein files. So, but this is generally pretty positive to Dan Bongino, right? This is trying to be sympathetic to Dan Bongino. We have an action pose of you here, Lee. Hopefully the internet comes back soon. This is so frustrating. I thought we had this problem licked. Are you back, Lee? Your internet. It's killing me. You're frozen out. People definitely want to hear what Lee has to say about Dan Bongino. I don't disagree with what he's saying.
Look at this.
Okay, you're back. We lost you there. We lost you there for quite a bit. So we're talking about Axios has this scoop, according to them, about Dan Bongino, and then what?
Well, what dazzles me is that there was a fight. Okay? Yeah. Now, it's not really between Pam Bondi and Bongino. Okay? My point is the fight is really between Trump and anyone who disagrees on Ukraine. Because look, you saw the report when Trump interrupted and yelled at the reporter and said, that old story, this is desecration.
Right, at the cabinet meeting, right. And so he's announcing there that he's going to arm Ukraine. And people are like, wait a minute, what the hell are you talking about? You're supposed to stop the war in Ukraine. And
so, but no one ever Ukraine, because we'll get to that. So he basically says on Epstein, that's old news, don't bring it up. I'm done talking about it. To a reporter, right?
Yeah.
You saw
it was terrible.
Okay. Now, but leave that aside. Leave it, all opinions aside for a second. Because it's not that I disagree. I think you're right. But I'm just saying, let's stick to what we know. Okay? What we know is Trump said that. Okay?
Yes.
So if Trump said that to the reporter, what do you think Trump was like in the White House? Now, here's reading. If I was in a meeting with Trump and I had brought up in private.
Right, he'd tell you to shut up.
Right. So therefore, this is what I think is going on behind the scenes. Okay. And so this means, and so far, everybody has shut up. You know, Cat Michelle and Bongino. You saw that MSNBC interview, right?
Yeah, where they said Epstein definitely killed himself. We've seen the video. There's no there. And here's a video missing 1 minute, but that's normal. Don't pay attention to that minute. I'm losing you again here, Lee. Oh, we had a router problem that I thought we solved. Maybe there's too many people using the internet there. Lee, we got to get you back. This frozen moments, it's a pregnant pause. I can only vamp for so long, waiting to hear what you have to say. People can sponsor Lee on patreon.com/Stranahan. Let's get him an upgraded internet plan there at the house so we can avoid these bumps. I don't know, maybe it's a new router that he needs. I don't know. We had a problem. Oh, and now he's gone. People would see my...
Okay.
Wait. You're back.
Am I back? Back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm saying is Trump doesn't want people talking about Epstein, right?
Right.
It's very clear.
Yes.
Very clear. Now, as clear as Trump was, a lot of people are Trump fans, and they can't believe it. And so they're kind of going, well, maybe he's trolling, maybe he's joking, maybe blah, blah, blah.
Trust the plan. He's saving it to fight the deep state somehow.
And I'm saying, why don't you believe what he says?
Yeah.
I mean,
he's
believe
done
what he says. Right. And that's what this message, I'd written that post and posted it today. I said, look, what's not clear about what Trump said? Let's take him at his word. And then Trump came out with the post that you showed, was defending Bondi. And so all people talking about Bondi versus Bongino don't fall for that. What I'm saying is it's Trump versus... Now, I'll put it like this. I think Bongino and Michelle are getting a lot of crap from people. Right?
Yeah, I think I'm not happy with either of them.
Right. And so they want to throw someone under the bus, and they can't throw Trump on the bus directly. So they throw Bondi under the bus. Follow me? They attack her to make themselves safe. Because I'll put it like this. If Pam Bondi weren't in there, do you think anyone else would make any difference at all?
I mean, she's carrying out Trump's orders, obviously, or he would be telling her to do something different. And he's saying she's fantastic, everybody leave her alone. So whether it was Matt Gaetz doing this or whoever, Trump would be saying, stop talking about Epstein.
But notice that came out after.
Oh, man. Lee, this router is killing me. We got to get you a new router. So we got to figure out this problem. When I was at the house there, I sort of thought it might have been the proximity to the router, but now we're back to, it was fine last week, but now we're back to having some problems. Let's see if Lee comes back and joins us. People can sponsor him on patreon.com/Stranahan. Check out what he's doing over there. Oh, you're back.
Okay. So let's assume that the fight is between Trump and people who want to cover Epstein, right? Now the question is, why doesn't Trump want to talk about? Why is he saying it's about Epstein?
Well, that becomes speculation because we don't know why.
Well, I think we know a lot of things. Let's talk about what we know right now. Okay. Remember a few weeks ago, Trump and Elon.
Elon Musk said he's in the files. That's why you haven't seen it.
And no one knew. Now, I'm saying that's looking increasingly like it might be right.
Well, it's definitely right, but see, it's a vague statement because if we just go to the FBI vault for Jeffrey Epstein, I did this already. See, what is this? This gets into semantics and lawyerly semantics. And if Elon Musk said, "Oh, Trump was on the jet and doing stuff with kids or whatever," he might have gotten himself into trouble. But in terms of in the Epstein files, I've already pointed out that in this FBI vault, in document number 1, it mentions Donald Trump. So to say Trump is in the Epstein files is just inarguably true.
But let's put this aside. Did you see Michael Wolff's statement? Did you
I did not.
see that?
What,
Go to
what is
my
that?
timeline. Go to my
Okay.
timeline.
Where?
And scroll down about 5 or 6 posts. Somebody has to say, listen to this now. Find that post and play the video.
That's going to be a little hard to find. Here, let's do
I think
Twitter
it's only
advanced search.
5 or 6 posts down.
5 or 6 posts down. I was looking, and so here we go. Here is the thing. And who is it from?
It's Michael Wolff being interviewed. But listen to what he says. He's not saying vague stuff. It's very specific.
Michael Wolff. This? Listen now.
This set of pictures. And I've said before that Epstein used to bring out this set of pictures. There were about a dozen snapshots. And among them, there are at least 3 that I remember. 2 of topless girls sitting in Trump's lap around Epstein's swimming pool, and then one with a stain on the front of Trump's pants with 3 or 4 girls laughing and pointing at it.
I believe
So
I've seen
I
that.
have seen those pictures.
So what's your
Wolff,
best guess as to where they are?
Well, I'm my best guess is that Epstein kept them in the safe. The safe was emptied out by the FBI. Where are those pictures?
Okay. Now, what Wolff's saying there is two things. One is saying he's seen them. Wolff is saying he's seen those pictures, right? You heard that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, report.
You froze again, Lee. We're minutes away here from going over to the sponsor exclusive segment. Let's see if Lee can pop back in here. People can sponsor Lee on patreon.com/Stranahan and go to his Patreon page, check out what he's got going there. You can sponsor Crowdsource the Truth on crowdsourcethetruth.substack.com. I haven't checked with Odyssey, but their payment system has changed. So unless you're using the AR cryptocurrency, you can no longer get the sponsor exclusive content. Okay, Lee is back. So we got...
Okay. Yeah, right. It's come back every time.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's not that he's not capable of lying. They usually don't lie like that. Reporters don't say,
No,
I
I've
saw
seen the
something.
picture of the stained pants, but I mean, what is that proof of? He's got a stain. Could have been a drink spilled on his pants. I mean, it's not really.
Well, don't give him the benefit of the doubt. Right now, you might be able to do that if he wasn't acting everyone else is acting. When you take it in its totality, okay? And it's one of the things he said there, Michael Wolff said the FBI caught those pictures, right?
This is hearsay what he's saying. I don't know. I mean, I've seen the pictures, but to say don't give someone the benefit of the doubt, I think we've got to be very careful with that. So here, we're at 25 minutes, Lee, and you're frozen again. But what we're going to do is we're going to head on over to the sponsor exclusive segment. Maybe what we should do is try to restart your router during the break. Okay, you're back. what we're gonna do, Lee, is let's break, and we'll start again on patreon.com/Stranahan. We'll continue this conversation, and also on crowdsourcethetruth.substack.com and subscribestar.com and patreon.com/crowdsourcethetruth. Can you restart your router? Maybe that'll help, and we'll come back in 5.
I don't think it will. So I think that just Joe was saying, it's always coming back. So let me just say one other thing.
Sure.
To finalize, I'm not saying giving the benefit of the doubt. I'm saying there's too much going on. If Trump were not acting like he's covering up stuff right now, that would be one thing. But there's so much. He's acting like he is being blackmailed.
That I agree with. He is acting suspiciously. There's no doubt about that.
And so let me give him the benefit of the doubt as far as that goes for now. That's why. It's not one factor in isolation. I'll talk more about what's going on.
It just keeps cutting out, Lee. We got to do something about this. Okay, you're back.
When we come back in the sponsorship part, I'll talk about why I think it's going on.
That sounds good.
Okay.
We'll be right back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll try